Today we're going to be debating if fast food should be banned from public schools. We strongly believe that fast food should be banned from public schools. I will be talking with you some background information about this issue and tell you my first reason, and Sihan will talk about with you guys about healthcare and health problems, and Tiyo will talk about academic performance. As we all know, America is facing a crisis, which is obesity. And it is the fastest growing cause of death and disease in America. And it is completely preventable. Childhood obesity has more than tripled over the past 30 years. Approximately 17% of children and adolescents aged 2 to 19 years are obese, according to the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention. In 2008, more than one-third of children and adolescents were overweight or obese. 1 out of every deaths in America is caused by an illness directly related to overweight or obesity. America's children are already seeing the initial consequences of a lack of physical activity and unhealthy eating habits. Luckily, there is still time to reverse this dangerous trend in children's lives. But the bad news is that a big number of children are carrying a big excess of weight, and this excess weight significantly increases the kids' risk factors for a range of health problems, such as diabetes, heart disease, asthma, and emotional and mental health problems. The fact is that we have a childhood obesity epidemic. A study conducted in May by the New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene and the Department of Education found that nearly 1 in 4 of the children in the New York City public elementary schools were overweight. That is a very big number. Looking back 40 years to the 1960s, when some of you were children, mostly only 4%. Only 4% of 6 to 17 years old were overweight. Since then, that rate has more than tripled to over 15 to 20%. And the problem doesn't go away when these kids grow up. Nearly 3 out of every 4 overweight teenagers may become overweight adults. We believe that American children deserve much better than being condemned to a lifetime of serious, costly, and potentially fatal medical complications associated with overweight. The fundamental reason why children are overweight is simple: they are eating too much and moving too little. Schools must teach our children how to eat healthy and how to eat healthy portions. Why? I'm going to explain why we are focusing on schools. Okay. The physical activity and eating behaviors that affect weight are influenced by many sectors of society, including families, community organizations, healthcare providers, health-based institutions, businesses, government agencies, the media, and schools. The involvement of all these sectors will be needed to reverse the epidemic, because schools cannot solve this issue by their own, but it is unlikely to be healthy without strong school-based policies and programs, whose schools play a especially important role because, well, over 99% of young people are enrolled in schools. Promotion of physical activity and healthy eating have long been a fundamental component of the American education experience. So it's not like schools are being asked to assume new responsibilities. It has always been that responsibility to them. Research has shown that well-designed, well-implemented school programs can effectively promote physical activity and healthy eating habits. School is where children spend most of their time, and it is where we lay the foundation of good, healthy habits. Schools play a particularly critical role because they can establish a safe and supportive environment with policies and practices that support healthy behaviors. Schools also provide opportunities for students to learn about and practice healthy eating and physical behaviors. That's my favorite, my reason.
She said because our one child over 4 students in the public school are overweight, which is causing a lot of problems. Heart problem, asthma, and diabetes. So that's why they said, and eating a lot, and they are focusing on school because they are spending more than 8 hours at school, and school is the first. Yeah, fast food should be abandoned in public school.
She's main idea also there was leads to students be overweight and
Yeah, she said that almost 1 in every 4 students in school are overweight. It's because they are either eating too much or either they are moving less. And they are focusing on school because actually students are spending a lot of time over there, and it's the first place to teach.